All right, welcome to another UFC 3 video, and today is going to be all about advanced boxing. I had a lot of comments in my last video. Your name is IMUHBOXER, so why don't you be boxing? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be bringing to you today. But before we do that, if you're not already a part of the channel, please subscribe and KO that like button. And do not forget to share the video, help your boy out. Now, we're going to be fighting no other than the legend, former ESFL champion, one of the best guys in the world, T2 Shifty. And we're going to be talking about some of the techniques that you can do to be successful when you're fighting some of the high-level guys, the best in the world, when it comes down to striking. Advanced striking techniques coming right up. Without further ado, let's get right into the fight.
T2 Shifty.
T2 Shifty.
No, you've been pretty good. Who knows if T2 Shifty is good or not?
What's his name?
T2 Shifty. Right, yeah.
Ooh, T2 Shifty. Oh, damn. Oh, it's
Cover
over.
up, Matt.
Over,
Cover up,
man.
Matt.
It's over.
Oh,
It's over.
I want a rematch.
Conor
How
McGregor
come I
wants
couldn't
to
get
kill
Shifty?
you.
I want a rematch with Shifty.
Oh, you want Shifty back?
I want Shifty
You
back.
want Shifty?
Hey,
Let's bring him in.
Yeah, bro. I'm like top 100 on the leaderboard.
I'm not crazy about that.
Oh, he's top 100 on the leaderboard.
Oh, is he really?
Ranked championships, championship match. T2 Shifty gets the better of me.
Are you ready?
And let's get it on. IMUHBOXER versus T2 Shifty. I'm coming out all about business, no glove touch. And it's a reason for that. I'm coming out playing footsie. And so that means I'm trying to gauge the distance continuously, because the main thing that I'm trying to do, which kind of separates the good strikers from the great strikers, is their footsies. Can you position yourself just out of the reach and the range of your opponent and then come back and land strikes of your own? And a lot of times I don't like to go all the way in and touch gloves before I do that. Now I notice I like to go down low because sometimes it opens up strikes up high, but he's already checking that. So right now I am not going back to that. But one thing that you need to be good at is catching kicks. This right here can be the total difference between you taking a lot of damage or giving a lot of damage. And these leg kicks will drain your stamina, so you need to focus on never getting hit by these leg kicks. Okay, now, this was the key to the entire match. This type of combination, and I'll talk about it more. I like to throw a 1-2, and then you pause. Your opponent thinks it's his turn, and then you go for a planet strike combination of your own. So now that the meta is established, we understand I'm trying to get outside of the range of his strikes, land my combinations, and do a technique which I call my turn, where I'm throwing a combination. He thinks that my combination is over, and I plant my feet here because these planet strikes are faster. And then I come right back and throw another 1-2. Now this is some high level stuff. Shifty is sidestepping and minor swaying and returning a major combination. Some high level stuff and then mixing it up. So this is what we're dealing with. And when you fight some of these guys, you're going to have to use everything in your arsenal to be successful, offensively and defensively, because the combinations that you're going to get from these high level fighters are just amazing, as we just seen right there. Just because you're fighting someone who is a little bit more advanced than you in terms of striking technique, skills, and combos, doesn't mean that you can't do some of the same. Some of my side steps right there was able to evade a double jab, which is going to stagnate his offensive attack, especially when he's trying to break my block. You do not want to keep the same timing throughout the entire match. Here I wait till he whips a strike, and then I see his fuzzy guard, and then I throw a combination. And now that's what I'm trying to do pretty much to end off this round. Play footsie, stay right outside of his range, keep my timing off, and try to evade or catch as many leg kicks as possible, because those strikes really do a lot of damage to you, and they can be the determining factor for your stamina. I was fortunately able to evade one right there. The rest of this match, we went back and forth. It was a close round. I'm not sure who won in the eyes of the judges, but I like to end each round with a statement. getting those last strikes in. It's a very tough fight, as you can see, entering into the second round. This is a very interesting round. Now, for everybody say I don't like to touch gloves, there it is. We touch gloves. Okay, let's get back down to business. When you're playing footsies, you want to try to make your opponent miss multiple strikes. This is going to be one of the more effective techniques to drain stamina, and I like to follow that up with a body strike. But you don't want to get too predictable. Now he's doing a good job of breaking my block, and he's really pouring the pressure on right here, mixing his strikes up, going high-low, throwing a lot of combinations, but he's going to be using a lot of stamina here, and I do not want to just engage. And he's making me miss, and I have to be cognizant of that. And look at that. Already, T2 Shifty rocks me. Now, instead of just shelling up playing defense here, I return with an uppercut of my own. So this is real important. I'm using my offense for defense. That may separate you from not surviving versus thriving. I've been throwing a lot of straights, and he's been evading that with minor sways. So I went to my round strikes, and round strikes beat those sways. So that's a lot of the meta that we're playing whenever you facing some of these high-level guys. Now he's landing some big body kicks, and he's going to my body, and I'm trying to go body shot for body shot, making him miss a couple of strikes right there. And it is intense because he's pouring on the pressure. And usually whenever I miss a strike, I know he likes to go to my body. I anticipate that, and fortunately was able to, again, grab the leg. And this is helping me not only survive. Now that I'm throwing round strikes, he's doing a back sway. Back sways are going to evade a lot of those round strikes at the appropriate range. So now I'm thinking about throwing my straight. But what you want to do here is just mix up your strikes, and that's what I'm doing. Because you don't want your opponent just to guess and you be predictable. Right now, I'm just mixing up everything. It's going to be just a straight up guessing game for him to be able to apply the right defense. He's getting some right. He's doing a lot of the right things, but I'm right there in the fight. Now, at this point, I'm noticing my stamina, and now I want to kind of pull back because I don't want to gas out, and I'm focusing on his body and protecting my body, because you do not want to gas out in a championship fight, because the last rounds will be brutal and you will not have a chance. Now I get hit with a powerful combination, and I only like to move my head when I absolutely need to, which I needed to right there, or I would have suffered a knockdown. My stamina is low. He's pouring on the pressure, and I return with a combination of my own. And now T2 Shifty is rocked. This match is going back and forth. Not sure again who is on top of the second round. So you want to finish off all of your rounds really strong. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do, and not gas out. And timing and precision is one of the most important things here. If you can hit your opponent in the body while they're throwing a strike, that's going to do the most maximum damage to their stamina in one shot that I've seen. And here again, I'm coming back, getting another rock, ending this round off impressively for the eyes of the judges. And that's what I like to do. Make sure you're the one that ends that round with something for them to remember. And it gets no better than this right here. We are in a dog fight with one of the best fighters in the entire world. Going into the third round. We're both hurt, and it's no glove touch here in the third round. Getting right down to business. And T2 Shifty is pouring on that pressure already. Already coming forward. But I got a combination if he's going to walk right into it. And switching up, not staying predictable, instead of going to the body, I went to the head and got a knockdown. First knockdown of the fight. But look at this, he's still aggressive, moving forward. But you don't want to gas out. I'm noticing my stamina, my head is blinking, and I am not out of the woods yet. Now this is very tough when you're the one with your back against the cage, but his head is hurt severely, and I know that. Any little tap from now on is going to put him in a rock state, but that's not going to stop the top level guys like T2 Shifty because they know exactly what to do, and I'm a little bit faster because I have a little bit more stamina, and my rear strikes are coming out first. But he's still very dangerous, and I have to be careful. Gets rocked again. Block break, force head movement, boom! And that's all she wrote. The double jab followed by a right hook. Put him to sleep, put the blanket on him. Amazing fight to a very talented and dangerous T2 Shifty. Much respect to my opponent that pushed me to my absolute limits. But one thing it allowed me to show is what you can do whenever you're facing some of the high-level guys and they're using some of the advanced techniques that's very hard and difficult to deal with. Whenever you push your opponent and break their block with a jab, it's going to force head movement. And a lot of times they like to sway, and that's when I come with the round strike. Nigerian Nightmare, the current welterweight champion of the world, beating my guy T Wood, but he holds that belt with a lot of swag, I must say. Put a lot of work into the video, and so if you liked it and learned anything, please subscribe and share the video. Help your boy out. And I want you to get in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see next. UFC 4 wish list. Getting hype about that. UFC 4 hype. Any other fighting technique that we haven't covered in UFC 3. Until next time, stay safe. Peace.